One of the committees that's been investigating this week, they will hear testimony from Greg Hicks, a 22-year Foreign Service diplomat who was the #2 U.S. official in Libya who was talking to Washington during and after the attack. Chairman Issa is here today to reveal some of the startling excerpts from Greg Hicks's interview with his investigators. Surprisingly, this will be the first time anyone has heard publicly from Hicks, and as you will see, his story is totally at variance with what some American officials were saying in public on this broadcast 5 days after the attack. The administration claimed the attack grew out of a spontaneous demonstration provoked by protests in Egypt. Greg Hicks told investigators that was simply not true. Part of what he said, Hicks, "I thought it was a terrorist attack from the get-go. I think everybody in the mission thought it was a terrorist attack from the beginning." Question, did you ever have any indication that there was a protest, a popular protest outside the mission in Benghazi? Greg Hicks, no question. And if there was such a protest, would that have been reported? Hicks, absolutely. For there to have been a demonstration on Chris Stevens' front door and him not to have reported it is unbelievable. So, Mr. Issa, why would the administration put out a storyline that was so different from what U.S. officials in Libya knew immediately?
Bob, that's the great question. We can't find a classified reason for it. We can't find a diplomatic reason for it. Understand that Gregory Hicks, who became the chargé, became the acting ambassador, witnessed our relationship with Libya on this show go the wrong way. Because on this show, Susan Rice says it was a protest. Well, the president, the elected president, saying, no, it's a terrorist attack. You can't insult a foreign leader in a greater way than happened literally here just those few days later.
But do you think they were trying to cover up the fact that the State Department had turned down requests for more security that had been coming in from the diplomats on the ground there? Is that what this is about?
Well, perhaps in part, but it does seem like it's bigger than that. There was this normalization, sort of a mentality where you had to pretend like things were safe, the war on terror was over, and that may have gone in a great way to getting people to say, well, we can't call this a terrorist attack because then the war on terror is back alive. Well, Bob, the war on terror is very much alive, whether it's Chechen nationals that come here or it's what's going on in Syria, it's Al-Qaeda around the world, and that's the reality that hopefully State Department people will feel at least they are being properly protected after this attack.